Hi everyone, welcome back to the month ahead astrology forecast and the pick a card reading for October 2022. Before I get into it, I just want to say a quick thank you to all the lovely messages that I received on Instagram. I put a little post up this morning actually about having not been feeling very well for the last, I don't know, it's been a few months. I had a couple of bouts with the flu and then just recently again with a cough, and I just started to get better from the cough, and then I put my back out 2 days ago. So it was one day of extreme pain and just not being able to do anything really except rest. And then I got some magnesium salts and had really hot bath with the magnesium salts, and that's the only thing that seemed to really help my back. So I'm still struggling with the pain at the moment, but it is better than it was, so I'm very grateful for that. And if I sound a bit unwell, that's because I'm still sort of recovering from, I do have a bit of congestion, still recovering a little bit from that flu that I had, but I'm feeling a lot better with that. And there was a lot of lovely messages that people sent. I was just posting to say that this month ahead reading was going to be a little bit late, because normally I get it out on, I try to get it out on the 1st of the month or even the day before. And here we are on the, so it's the 2nd of October. It's not too bad. So I just posted about that, and I received a lot of really kind messages from, you know, people that follow my Instagram page. So thank you so much. I did reply to most of them so far, so thank you to those who did. And yeah, it's like the back pain, you know, obviously putting one's back out, like I don't even know how I did it. It just happened, and it must have been from doing tasks and not bending my knees properly or whatever. I'm not sure exactly, but there was no warning really, and the pain just came on like so intensely. It was crazy. I could actually barely even walk. If anyone's ever had that before, I had it years ago once when I was like 28, and when when you're a parent, you've got things to do, and you have to work and all that. It's just so stressful. But anyway, it's probably partly to do with my astrology chart. I do have a 6th house stellium, those that know astrology, and when I can't do what I need to get done, I find it very stressful. So it was a test in surrendering and just accepting. So I feel for anyone that deals with ongoing chronic pain, because I just, gosh, even having it for a short term was just hell. So anyway, here I am though. I decided to still film the month ahead, because I was like, you know what, I just need to get my mind off the extreme pain of yesterday and the residual pain that I'm still dealing with at the moment. And I do feel well enough to record the reading, so I'm going to record as far as I can get, and then I might have to record it in 2 parts and edit the video together, but that's fine. I've done that before anyway, and I hope my camera behaves itself in terms of being in focus, because sometimes if I bump it, then I don't fix it, or I don't realize I've bumped it and it goes out of focus. But anyway, so this month of October is a big month of change. I am going to talk about the astrology. You can skip ahead to the pick a card reading for your sign. However, I recommend, if you're interested in the energies and what's going on in the collective, and what people are possibly going to be experiencing based on your signs and just in general, listen to the astrology part. You can listen for the pick a card for your sun or rising sign. It's probably most accurate. Also your moon sign if you want to. Remember, these are general readings. If you'd like a personal reading, the links are below to my online store, which is currently just closed for a few days while I get my energy back after not being so great and not being so well. But I love doing readings, and I can't wait to feel well again to get back into things. All right, I'm going to talk about, before I talk about the astrology for this month, also link below if you'd like to look at my online store for jewelry. I just want to give a quick shout out to my friend Ellie, who makes these absolutely beautiful orgonites. Look at this. She gifted this to me, and I absolutely am in love with it. I don't know if it picks up well enough on camera. Hopefully it does, but it's absolutely stunning. It's got rose quartz in there and some white howlite, and she just does an amazing job. And she's going to be opening up a website, so I'm going to link to that when it's ready to go on my Instagram stories. If you don't already follow me on Instagram, the link is below at Susan Starlight. Please follow me on there, because I do update stuff on there that I don't update on YouTube or necessarily other places. All right, straight into the reading then. The big news this month, guys, is that there are many planets moving direct after quite a few retrogrades. So the first one is today, October 2nd, Mercury moves direct. So we should be experiencing a bit more clarity, things going a bit more smoothly in regards to communications, our outlook, what we want to do, you know, better communications with others, or clarity in communications, and renewal or renewed focus, and feeling a bit less scattered, and hopefully less problems with technology and things of that nature. Also, the other planets going direct are on October 9th, Pluto goes direct. So that's very important if you're a Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising, because your Pluto ruled, especially if it's your rising sign, it's your chart ruler. You're going to feel a bit more of a sense of impersonal empowerment going forward. And also for Capricorns, because Pluto is in Capricorn at this time. So this is, if you're a Capricorn or Scorpio, especially the rising sign or sun sign, you're going to feel a bit more of a sense of being able to progress forward with personal empowerment at this time from October 9th onwards, okay? So when Pluto goes direct. The other direct planet is Saturn. So Saturn, finally, after many months of being retrograde, goes direct on October 23rd. Again, important for Capricorns because you guys are ruled by Saturn. Also, Aquarians co-ruled by Saturn as well. Now, with Saturn going direct, this is a time to make big changes. So if there's things that you wanted to progress with regards to your life path, like a home move or a new job, or, you know, a big life change in some way that's very significant, you'll find that with Saturn going direct, there will be a bit more momentum starting to build for that, and you won't feel as blocked around that. Okay, so these are the other things going on this month. Those are some of the main things that I wanted to mention. There's also a full moon coming up, excuse me, in the sign of Aries. So this is going to be on 16 degrees of Aries. It's actually going to be conjunct with Chiron, which is a little bit difficult, let's just say. Chiron, you know, if you follow the astrology, or if you know and you listen to other things about astrology, it's always talked about as the wounded healer. Wounding and healing are themes of Chiron, and it's not an easy energy to deal with. So when there's a full moon in Aries conjunct Chiron in Aries, this is something where on that date, which is October 9th, the same date that Pluto goes direct, we do have to, especially if we're fiery types, like if you're Aries in particular, if you have Mars in Aries or Venus in Aries or Moon or Sun in Aries, you do have to watch your anger, you have to watch your reactions, because this is one of those times where accidents can happen because of reactivity, or being too reactive and not thinking about what you're doing. Because the emotions on a full moon in Aries can be so intense and so immediate and so visceral and primal, they can just come out full force without enough thought of consequences. Okay, now obviously that's not going to apply to everybody, but if you know yourself and you've got a lot of fire in your chart, you've got a lot of Aries in your chart, and you're like, you know, sometimes I can lose my temper, well, you might want to check yourself around the 9th of October, because this can be something, especially if you've say you've got a moon in Aries at 16 degrees or Mars in Aries around 16 degrees and Chiron's touching that, and then the full moon lights that up. Lord, say a prayer. I'm not joking, because that's some crazy energy. Now, if you do have anything around that, what I'd recommend to you is, if there's a situation that arises in your life that's very intense or feels very heated or out of control, step away from it, because this is where things can get chaotic. Again, I'm only speaking to a select few people that have 16 degrees of Aries, or, you know, Mars in Aries around that degree, or Venus rising, or Moon, okay? Everyone else should be okay, but obviously, you know, if you have, say, 16 degrees of Libra or even Capricorn, it's going to be a square aspect with this, so it could still be difficult for you. You know, same advice would apply, because again, Aries is ruled by Mars. It's the god of war. It relates to anger, emotional intensity, reactiveness, action, taking swift action without thinking things through. It's like that immediate, you know, that sort of knee-jerk type reaction, you know, which comes from the emotional, fiery side of the self. So again, if you have Capricorn, Libra, Aries, or even Cancer around 16 degrees, around the full moon on October 9th, just be a bit cautious about your dealings with others. Okay, that's pretty much it. Then on, so that's like the big energy. And then on October 11th, Mercury moves into Libra. which gives us this energy of reflection and reflecting on our, you know, on fairness and equality and consequences, relationships, equality in our relationships, equality in terms of, you know, bigger themes in life and what is fair. You know, you might be thinking about your relationships and thinking about like, what is fair in my relationship? What feels balanced in my relationship? What do I want out of my relationships? You'll probably be more aware of the importance of speaking diplomatically from October 11th with Mercury in Libra. So, you know, that can be a good thing because it can foster good energy in relationships where there's a need for balance, fairness, and seeing both sides of a situation and understanding where both yourself and another person is coming from. Also, obviously, it's Libra season, so happy birthday to all the Libra people that have a birthday this month. As I said earlier, Saturn goes direct on the 23rd. Saturn rules Capricorn, co-rules Aquarius. This is good for both of those signs, but for everyone in general, Saturn going direct is an energy of forward movement with the big decisions in your life. So you'll be thinking more about, you know, what you really want for yourself in a big way in terms of my life path, my direction, where I'm headed. October 24th, Venus enters Scorpio. So although our feelings around relationships can deepen and intensify and become a bit obsessive or a bit dark or a bit sort of hyper-focused, it's a detriment placement. You know, it's not the best placement for Venus. Venus isn't too happy in Scorpio. So things could get a bit intense in relationships, you know, for some people, not everybody. If you've got prominent Scorpio in your chart, you may feel like pulling your energy a bit back from your relationships because you can sense they're a little bit complex at this time, or they're a little bit heavy, and you may not feel like delving into them with the other person. You may delve or self-reflect more. For some people, it can be healing, though, to sort of face and confront anything that was sort of left unconfronted, if that's a word, prior to October 24th, when, you know, Venus was in Libra, where things were more light and a bit detached. With Venus in the Scorpio, we want to get to the truth of the matter. We want to get to the truth of things. So from October 24th, you know, if there's something worrying you in a relationship, or there's something worrying you about your finances, you'll be more interested in getting to the bottom of any hidden aspects of your life, Venus themed stuff. So again, relationships, money. October 24th, the Sun leaves Libra and we enter into Scorpio season. So this is when kind of everything intensifies. We head towards, you know, Halloween time period where the veil is thin, all that kind of deal. And I'm a Scorpio rising. I always find that when it's Scorpio season, things get very intense, but that's probably because I've got a lot of Taurus in my chart and it's opposing all my placements as well. But it does look like an intense month, guys, with the full moon in Aries on Chiron. Oof, a lot of healing. And in the collective, there could be a lot of healing. People could be feeling just in the collective very raw this month and very sort of needing to self-reflect on, you know, what your inner child wounds are, because Aries is like the child of the zodiac, and it's like the wounded child. You know, where were you wounded in your life, in your past, and how's that affecting you now? You know, for some that may be a theme that comes up this month. It wouldn't surprise me at all if it was definitely something in the collective. Then on the 25th, we have a partial solar eclipse, a new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Scorpio at 2 degrees of Scorpio. So this is positive change with the solar eclipse. It's not as intense as a lunar eclipse, thankfully. So there's a big focus on relationships under this new moon solar eclipse because of the fact that Venus is also in Scorpio, conjunct with the new moon in Scorpio. So our concerns at this time are going to be the truth of what we want out of love. You know, if there's someone in your life that you're uncertain of, you're really going to be questioning, are they a true, you know, are they a true connection for your life, or is it something that it just doesn't work for your life? You know, you're going to be questioning all that kind of stuff. Conjunct with Venus, it's like, does this create a sense of peace and connection and a deep connection, or is this superficial? You know, you're going to be asking yourself those kind of questions. And then October 29th, Jupiter starts to go retrograde, and it will go back to 29 degrees of Pisces until December 21st when it goes direct again. And then October 31st, the very end of this month, Mars in Gemini goes retrograde. So that could cause some confusion in decision making with Mars going retrograde in Gemini, okay? And Mars will be retrograde till into next year, so it's actually going to be retrograde for a long time. But yeah, with Mars is our direct action forward, and in Gemini there's like two options, two paths. It's like, what path do I choose? I could go this way, I could go that way, and you know, in some cases you might choose both for a time, but ultimately next year sometime when Mars goes direct in Gemini, there will have to be some kind of choice point, is what I'm saying with that. Sorry, just to clarify, Jupiter goes direct in November, just to go back to the previous point. I think I might have said December. It goes direct in November. All right, so that's the astrology for the month ahead of October. Lots of energy, as you can see. So I'm going to get to the card part of the reading next. Okay, so of course Aries is always first, so let's look at the cards for Aries for October. So Aries, in October, Venus will be transiting through your relationship sector, the 7th house, and also the 8th house of money and shared finances. So interesting with the change of Venus in Libra, it starts out in the 7th house for you, so you'll be having more harmonious relating or relationship energy around you in general. And then towards the end of the month, when Venus goes into Scorpio, it goes into the 8th house of your shared resources, your shared money. So that's part of the astrology. Let's have a look at some of the cards that come up for you, Aries people, for October. This one's popping out. Interesting, we have listen to your intuition, Aries. So quite a strong message there. So I feel like that's to do with your relationships, people around you, key people in your life. Maybe listen to your instinct and your intuition over trying to overly control situations is what I'm getting from that. Oh, flipping card. The Magi, which is about the Magician. It's like the Magician card in Tarot. And the Magi is about you manifesting what you want next in your life. So there will be a focus on your relationships, but also what you're manifesting for your life personally. So you might be working on manifesting some kind of change within the context of your relationship somehow, or a change on your personal path. I'm getting some creative energy, so if you're at Aries that's creative, this is a really positive energy for you, showing that you're going to be manifesting some good things in the month of October for yourself. I'm getting some money connected to that for some Aries. Let's look at the tarot card for Aries. Jumping card. Wow, how interesting. We have the Emperor, which is actually the Aries card. Wow. So the Emperor is also about taking charge of things. So it is a card of control. So it's interesting here, we have this very strong dominant energy here, the Aries energy, the Emperor, talking about you taking control of something in your life. But it's very important as you take control that you're listening to your intuition along the way, that you're not just stuck in your head about it. You are going to be manifesting something very powerfully this month of October though. That's going to be manifesting and bringing something to fruition in your life, which I really like that. So far seems very positive for Aries. Let's look at the other oracle message for Aries for October. Clear endeavor. Wow, that's such an Aries energy. Clear endeavor. So Aries love to know what they're going to do and have a plan and take action and make it happen. So this is saying that something's coming up in the month of October this year that's giving you this clarity, this focus. And let's look at the Astro Dice. So the focus of direction is going to be very clear. You're going to know what you're meant to be doing. You're going to know what the next step is. There might be a little bit of waiting involved with listen to your intuition card, but I think that's positive. It's just going to help you kind of tap into this part of yourself that needs to either wait a little bit or wait and see how a particular, whether you're going to get news about something or how something's going to turn out for you. Let's see what else. 11th house of wishes, Pisces and Neptune. Wow. So the Pisces and Neptune coming up is about manifestation again. It's about imagining what you want to happen and not only putting the action steps into it, but, you know, using your mind to visualize and imagine and be creative with your future. The 11th house is your wishes and fulfillment and your future. You know, it's a futuristic energy, the 11th house. So I feel like this is very positive for Aries. It's saying you have the ability to manifest a lot this month. There might be some good news that comes through that's like a wish fulfilled, or like almost like a dream come true with something. So I like that. And you'll be able to feel very clear about an endeavor about where you're going next because of this news that's coming through. And it feels like things are manifesting the way that you want them to. So it looks overall very, very, very positive for Aries. Wow, I love that. Pretty rock solid, Aries. I can't really imagine getting better cards than those. Wow. All right, let's look at Taurus now. So I'm just going to sip my tea before we do that. All right, so Taurus. This is the Unicorn Tarot deck, by the way, that I'm using for this reading today. Taurus, Venus is in your 6th and 7th house this month of October, so work should be quite positive. With Venus in your 6th house, if your health has been a bit of a struggle, this should help. And the 7th house is your relationship area as well. Wow, speaking of relationships, we have the King of Cups here, which is a romantic interest. I think Taurus has had this in a previous month. So interesting, the King of Cups, which can be a water sign male. So it can be Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, or someone that has those placements dominant in their astrology, whether it's their sun, moon, or rising. So there can be, a focus on a partner, a love interest, a romantic interest, a friend that's, becoming more than a friend, or something along those lines. Let's have a look at some other cards for Taurus for October. As I said, work and relationships do look very positive for you this month. So Venus will be in Scorpio when it hits your 7th house, which can be pretty deep and intense. Look for a sign. Interesting. So look, Taurus, you guys, well, myself included, because I'm a Taurus, we're going to be getting signs this month. Okay, so pay attention to the signs. It could be you walk into a shop and you hear a particular song and you're like, oh my gosh, I was just thinking about this person that reminds me of that song. Or it can be messages from spirit. It can be finding a feather, that just floats your way in a very bizarre manner. It can be seeing birds. Birds are often messengers from spirit, the spirit world. So look for a sign, Taurus. I'm also getting coins or some kind of connection to coins. So that's very powerful because it's showing you something to do with love as well here is what I'm seeing for Taurus. And it's also, if it's not to do with a relationship or love, it's actually a message from a deceased loved one or a spirit guide that's trying to get a message to you. That's what I'm seeing there. Taurus for October. What else do we have? This one just wanted to get my attention. Oh, interesting, the Explorer. So this kind of has the energy of Jupiter with it. And it's interesting because there's an eye at the top of the compass and a heart. So this is saying, let your intuition be your guide, Taurus. Your heart and your heart consciousness and the intelligence of your heart is very strong this month. And this also brings to matters of the heart related to relationships being in focus again. I feel like the compass is a lucky energy because I'm almost seeing the compass like moving automatically to show you your direction, like how an old, those traditional sort of compasses, if you ever used a compass in like orienteering or something like that, they just, you hold it out and it just moves and shows you true north and all that kind of thing. So what I was getting is you'll be shown a direction forward. You'll be shown the way forward by the universe this month in October, Taurus. So that's very helpful for you. And it relates to this one, look for a sign, because it shows that there will be very strong signs around you. You won't be as uncertain, Taurus. You'll feel maybe in the last few months you've been uncertain about something. October is going to bring things a bit more clearer, especially in regards to love, relationships, connections with others, your direction, what you feel about what you want to do in your life. Quite important things, I feel. Let's see what else comes up for Taurus. This one's jumping out. Make a wish. Wow, that's beautiful. So what I'm getting here is, a lot of Taurians can do a lot for others, but remember yourself in this as well. And this is reminding you to put a wish out to the universe this month of October in order to attract, or manifest what you want to happen next. I feel like this is quite a special message to remember. You can communicate with your own spirit guides and ask them for help with something. So if you feel like you need help with your finances, or if you need help with, money flowing in more easily, or positive energy in your life, feeling inspired, ask your guides to bring this to you. Ask spirit to help you with this, and they will. It's what I'm getting is ask spirit very strongly. Let's see what the astro guides have for Taurus. The moon, intuition, Sagittarius, which is luck, and the 7th house, which is relationship. It's funny Sagittarius came up because it makes me think of this card, which I said reminded me of Jupiter. So there is some luck around you this month, Taurus, which is really nice to see. The moon is about your intuition, things that are hidden. You know, if something doesn't quite make sense or you're not sure about something, I do feel it's going to become clearer with the Sagittarius coming up, which is about the truth, and the truth becoming clearer. Sagittarius is about seeking the truth, seeking answers. So I feel like you'll have your answers this month about something, or an answer to something that you've been uncertain or has been unclear in previous months. The 7th house does point to relationships, so it could be about relationships, it could be about a relationship, it could be about love, it could be about some forward movement with the Sagittarius coming up with regards to something that's very dear to your heart, something that's important to you, Taurus. So it could also relate to home life for some Taurians, forward movement with regards to a partner. Say if your partner has been in a rut or stuck, I see forward movement with a partner or someone close to you. That's going to be very positive and uplifting for you and exciting. Wow, really cool messages. Okay, let's move on. So who's next? Gemini, of course. All right, my lovely gems. So with Venus will be in your 5th and 6th house this month of October. So we start off with a lot of romantic energy for Gemini, with the 5th house being activated, also as your creative sector as well. So let's see what comes up here. 10 of Swords, interesting. So we have an end to something from the past. So it could be that in order to embrace the romantic energy that's coming into your life, you are letting go of something from your past here with the 10 of Swords, Gemini. Really strong how that just jumped out like that. 10 of Swords can be something that you've held on to for too long, something that you're afraid to let go of, something that, you know, had to come to a karmic ending, something like that. What else for Gemini for October? Wow, you have to ask your angels. So don't try to handle something all on your own if you've been feeling stressed out, if you've been feeling overwhelmed. This can also be if you've been feeling like an overwhelmed Gemini. You have a message here about asking your angels to help you cope with this overwhelm. Ask them to give you help. Ask them to bring in extra elements of support or answers to things that you just feel like it's too much for you or you can't keep across everything. Towards the end of this month, Venus will be in your 6th house of work, so that should help in some work situation, though it might be an element of something confronting, but I feel like it's going to smooth the way with your health and your daily routine. Interesting, we have reclaim. What an interesting message for Gemini. And I feel like that picks up with this card, because with something ending that was karmic, you can reclaim your true self here. And it's interesting because it has like these two sort of batons crossing over. It almost makes me think of the 2 of Swords, which is about duality and indecision, which is very common energy for Geminis to sometimes get stuck in. This card is about reclaiming your energy, reclaiming your true self, coming back to your true self, and you may feel that towards the end of this month of October, where, you know, something's happening in your life that you felt kind of has pulled you off path a little bit, or has kind of made you feel not connected to your true self. This is going to help you. This energy that comes in towards the end of the month is going to help you reclaim a sense of your true self, and you're not going to feel this feeling of kind of feeling stuck in somebody else's narrative in some way. So I'm not sure this could be about anything. Again, these are general readings, and check your rising sign as well. This one's facing out, so I'm going to grab it. Breakthrough. Oh my goodness. What a great card for Gemini. So this is saying that something's going to shift in a really positive direction for you. Look at how she's just like floating free there. It's an 8. 8s are about transformation. Hopefully you can see that on camera. And something that's been stuck for a long time, again, you know, this ending here is going to lead to a massive breakthrough for you in the month of October. So this is really nice for Gemini. Looks very positive. You might be in this transition period, Gemini. So if you feel that you're you have the situation still kind of pending, or it hasn't quite completed, but you know it's meant to, or you can sense it is, ask your angels and guides for support to help you transition out of this old energy that's kind of dragging you down. I do feel the month of October signifies the end of a long phase of difficulty. That's something that you've been dealing with. It could be anything. I feel like it's really affected you psychologically or mentally, Gemini. And, you know, this is going to be very good for you. You're going to reclaim your true self. You're going to have a breakthrough, and you're going to feel like you're leaving something from the past behind. Let's see what the Astrologists have to say. The 9th house of perspective and belief, the Sun. Wow. Scorpio. Wow, Gemini, this again backs up the cards. The ninth house with the sun in the ninth house and Scorpio shows there's going to be a transformation of your perspective, okay? There's going to be a transformation of your belief and the way that you're seeing your life. So this is actually super positive. Scorpio, sometimes, you know, it's a difficult energy because you've got to go through the darker energy before you come up to the light. So you may have been seeing things in a very negative way in recent times. Some Geminis, you may have been seeing life in this negative way because you're seeing like the darker aspect of things. But with the sun shining a light on this in the ninth house, it is going to help you come out of this heavy energy if you're open to it, you know. And Geminis do think a lot, so sometimes, you know, if the thoughts are very negative, and you're a Gemini, that's going to be very much a downer for you because you are such a thinker. You don't want your mind to be bombarded with these negative thoughts. This can also reflect meditation with the sun in the ninth house because it's like shining light on the mental faculties, on the higher mind, and transforming that to come out of this darker, heavier energy if that's what you've been struggling with, or if you've just been struggling with something in your life that you feel has not been good for you, and it's going to help you to come out of it with those other messages there. All right, so next is Cancer. All right, Cancer, so you guys have Venus in your 4th and 5th house. Sorry, there's too many cards there, I won't take those. So 4th house is home life and 5th house is romance, so seems quite nice. Ooh, you guys have the Emperor as well, which Aries also had. So this is about dealing with Aries energy. You might have an Aries person in your life, possibly a female, because the female depicted here, which is unusual for the Emperor, is usually male. This is Aries energy. This is Mars. Sorry, did I say Emperor? This is actually the Empress. Why did I say that? It really looks like the Emperor, even though it's a female version. So it's the Empress, which is Venus. All right, so this could be a mother figure. This could be yourself. This is something about feeling loved, feeling connected, feeling on top of, you know, the positive things in your life, feeling in a flow. And also it's about prosperity and money, abundance, and feeling like you're in a good spot. So that's a really nice card for Cancerians. All right, so as I was saying, Venus will be in your 5th house towards the end of the month, so romance will be quite deep and powerful towards the end of October. What else for Cancerians? Cancer for October. Yeah. Oh my gosh, look what you guys got. Just flipped right out. Big happy changes. What a nice card. I love this card. Very positive, very uplifting. Interesting because, you know, it does relate to having the Empress, which is about all good things. Some people, some Cancerians, it could be pregnancy or hearing that someone's pregnant, but it's a very positive news, very exciting. Big happy changes is, you know, further kind of complementing with the Empress. It's like there's a lot of good things happening in your life this month, and you'll feel very grateful about it. You'll feel very happy and positive about it. And you have compassion. Interesting. So you might have to deal with some issue with another person who's going through a hard time. You may, I'm just hearing the words listen, the word listen. So listening to someone who's going through something or has gone through something difficult, dealing with an issue with a family member possibly is what I'm getting, or someone close to you who's having a hard time. Yeah, and they might just come to you and want just you to listen to what they have to say is what I'm getting, and have your understanding. Cancerians are usually very understanding and very compassionate. So you might be there for somebody or spend time talking to a friend this month, or a family member or someone close to you, as I said, helping them in some way. Oh, this one just jumped right out. Wow, you have be spontaneous. So it's interesting because you might be giving some support to someone else, but it's like coming back to you. And also, you know, if you're in a partnership with someone, or if you're dating someone or seeing someone, this is about letting things flow naturally, being spontaneous. Don't try to contrive things too much. Don't try to preempt things. Have fun. This is about like laughter and having fun, being playful, you know, going out, spending time, going out at night too. I'm seeing like enjoying the night, going to dinners. You know, it could be that you go out on a date and it's really uplifting, or you go out with your you know, boyfriend or girlfriend and it's really positive. You know, you have a lot of nice times together. This is, I'm hearing like making memories. So there's beautiful energy in October for Cancerians in love as well. All right, let's see what else. 12th house, the North Node, ooh, intense, and Aquarius. Interesting. So there's something about things to do with group situations. Could be work groups, could be online groups, communication online, or seeing certain things online information online. Could be even to do with astrology, the 12th house in Aquarius, learning about astrology, learning about numerology, learning about something to do with, you know, esoteric spiritualism, that kind of thing. Delving into it more deeply with the North Node, feeling guided to this information. For some Cancerians, if you're doing something creative, this can be very strong energy this month for creativity as well, with these messages here as well. There could be something with a friend going through some kind of destined experience that you might be aware of, or you might, you know, be supporting a friend who's going through something difficult as well. It comes up again with Astro Dice as well as this card. All right, so that was Cancer. Let's move on to Leo. So for Leo, this is your Venus is going through your 3rd and 4th house. So 3rd house of communications with others, 4th house of home and family. Let's see what the cards show for Leo for October. This one wants to come out. We have fire energy, the Knight of Rods. So we have this very spontaneous masculine energy. Can indicate Leo. It does show the double phoenix up here, which can indicate scorpionic energy or Scorpio. So if you're a Leo, you might have some Scorpio energy in your chart, or you may know a male that is a Leo with some Scorpio somewhere. This is very like strong vitality, feeling inspired, feeling very in touch with your passionate side, okay, your powerful side, your enthusiastic side. And it can be also linked to romance as well, this card. So it could be a romantic time potentially, or you could have some romantic communications. It's not like a card of commitment as such, but it's more a card of fun. Let's see what else for Leo. Ooh, let go. Interesting. So there may be something that you're trying to let go of, Leo, from the past, or something that was, I'm getting the word obligation here, something that you felt obligated about that was a bit heavy on you. You're kind of wanting to throw the shackles off and feel a little bit more free in yourself. You're wanting to explore life and do what makes you feel good, rather than kind of be stuck in the mundane too much. So you might be thinking about future projects or future situations. The Sovereign, interesting. Yeah, so you're really like, look at the crown. It's just so typical Leo. The crown. Yeah, that's very apt for Leo. So this is about you feeling very in touch with your royal Leo energy and feeling the pride of that, feeling in touch with who you truly are, letting yourself kind of explore more your independent side of yourself for where you're at in life at the moment. And this could be anything to do with, you know, the work you're doing, to your path itself. Feeling more encouraged about that is what I'm getting. Shift your energy, number 19. 9 and 1 is 10. So this is about new beginnings. It's interesting, we have let go and we have this new beginning with the 1 and shift your energy. There's something new beginning for you in October. It could be anything from a new path that fills you up with excitement and anticipation and passion and enthusiasm. And it could also be letting go of something, like for some Leos it could be an old job or an old situation that's just bogging you down. Let's see what Astro Dice say. Jupiter, wow. Jupiter's about travel, it's about luck, it's about being blessed. First house is about your path expanding. Aries is fire energy. It's like, go forward, Leo. You are going forward. You're letting go of the past this month of October. This is really strong here with the Astro Dice complementing the cards. You're feeling very much empowered in yourself and knowing what it is that you want. You are focused on that and you're ready to just either make that change this month of October or just keep going with what you're doing to help it kind of keep going to the next level and the next level, building yourself up. So the Leos, you know, have been going through a bit of a hard time with Saturn in Aquarius opposing in some ways. There's been a lot of hard work and a lot of efforts required, but that's more so the middle to later Leos that are experiencing that. If you're born early Leo, you won't be feeling that so much right now. It's not as much anyway. But these Astro Dice messages here are really powerful. Jupiter is in Aries, so it's also saying you're in a very lucky phase till early next year, till about May next year, when Jupiter will remain in Aries. This is very strong for you. It does make a trine aspect. It is helping push your path forward to where you're meant to be with the first house of your true path, your true north. So what it shows me is Leo is very much on path, and if you're not feeling on path, you're getting on path. So that's very, very positive. Love that for Leo. Okay, so let's look at what's next. And we have Virgo, of course. So let's see, Virgo. Venus will be in your 2nd and 3rd house. So the 2nd house is to do with your money, your value. You have the Sun. What a beautiful card for Virgo. Wow. What you value, your creativity. You could be doing something creative this month, Virgo. This can be about love as well. This is like the lovers sitting in the Sun there. Relationship energy looks really positive for Virgos. Really positive, actually. That's super nice. And then the end of the month, Venus will be in your 3rd house of communication. So your communications with others should be much more positive. There could be a little bit of jealousy around you towards the end of the month. Transmute, yep, transmute that negative energy from others to bring it to the light. So we have here what looks like a scarab beetle is what I'm seeing there, and the Sun again with the eye in the middle. So anything that comes up that's negative this month of October, Virgo, you guys are going to be able to transmute that and change that for the better and bring light to it. So it's like, if anyone tries to bring anything negative your way, as long as you focus on the positive and sort of detaching from it in some way, focusing on what you're meant to be focusing on, you're going to transform this energy away from you. You have listened to your intuition as well, which is what Aries people also have this card. So trust your intuition about situations with others, okay, because you're very powerful this month. There's a lot of energy that's very strong with you. Let's see what else for Virgo. If you're uncertain about something, it's saying don't overanalyze it, Virgo. Listen to your intuition. You also have Be Spontaneous, which Cancerians had. So again, this is don't overthink everything. Don't overanalyze, which is easier said than done for Virgos. Virgos love to analyze. But this month is almost like you're being encouraged to get to know your intuition a bit more if it's something that you've kind of pushed to the side, because there's magic in getting in touch with that this month. Let's see what the Astrology say. Neptune, yep, which is about the spiritual side of life. Your intuition as well, your creativity. 12th house, very Neptune. Oh my gosh, you have every astro dice that relates to Pisces, Neptune. So Pisces is ruled by Neptune. Neptune rules the 12th house. So does Pisces. They're all connected. This is very spiritual energy here. This is about going to a higher perspective. If something, you know, challenges you this month, you're being encouraged to not only listen to your intuition, but trust your guides, trust spirit, trust the divine. There's a divine order to what's happening in your life. Rather than looking at the small picture and getting stuck in overanalysis or thinking that you have every answer about everything, just say, you know what, spirit knows what they're doing. As long as I'm listening to my intuition, I am going to be fine and I can transmit these energies. This energy can also be an energy of retreat or private energy, like a lot of private conversations, behind the scenes energy, not letting people know what you're truly thinking, but keeping it to yourself. That's what I'm getting with these. It's very secret kind of energy, but not in a negative way. It's also spirit helping you very closely this month, working very closely with you. You have access to your guides really strongly this month and your angels, so ask them for help and support, and they will be sort of whispering things in your ear with this card. They're going to be guiding you quite strongly. So again, you know, with the Sun, it's super positive. You will have a chance to have fun this month as well. But if there's something that comes up that's bothering you, definitely give it to spirit, give it to your guides is what I'm seeing, and it will help to transmute it. You don't have to deal with it on the small level. Spirit will handle it for you if you give it to them is what I'm seeing, Virgo. Interesting. All right, so let me see. I'm going for time. I think it says 27. I can't really see the camera, so I've got a few minutes. I'm going to do Scorpio, and then I'm going to have to restart the video and start filming again, which is fine. I do that all the time anyway. All right, so did I say, what was I up to? I'm up to Libra, not Scorpio. Libra. Libra, Libra, Libra. What's coming up for October for Libra? Oh, we have two cards. I'm just going to take them both. Oh, wow, we have the Judgment card. And we have the Four of Pentacles. So, interesting. I feel like there's sort of two opposing energies a little bit here. I feel like on the one hand, you kind of, with the Four of Pentacles, want to kind of keep to yourself a little bit more. Venus is going through your first house for the most of the month, which is your path and what you're doing. Possibly working on your finances, working on personal projects, and then it goes into the second house towards the end of the month. So the Judgment card is about an awakening for you, something powerful happening in your life that takes you to another level. Can be to do with relationships, so there could be some unfinished business in relationships or unfinished karmic energy as well. Let's see what else Libra has. This can be second chances to do with love, if you're wanting a second chance with a situation. Or it can be, you know, you are learning something really powerful about yourself this month. Love, see, yeah, of course, for Libra, love comes up. Love on the brain, always Libra. So love is a big theme this month, but I'm also hearing self-love and your self-worth, okay? So the two are connected, they're not separate. So there's some lessons around that coming into your focus this month. What else for Libra, please, Spirit? Ooh, interesting. We have there's something better. Interesting. I do feel this is about your love situation, Libra. There might be someone around you that, you know, there's either you've had problems with or you're uncertain of, or they're a bit flaky or something along those lines. With love, it's saying there is something better. So I do feel this is for those Libras that are in an unhappy situation or not happy with the current partner or a current situation. Again, these are general readings, but it is saying, you know, love yourself because there's something better for you. You can't see it just yet, but it is coming in the future. And Spirit's giving you a heads up about it right now in this reading. Ideal course of action, 37. All right, just continuing on for Libra. So we have ideal course of action, 37, which is a 1, which is about a new path. So what this is saying is, you know intuitively that there is a better path for you somewhere coming up in the future to do with love is what I'm getting. And it's like you just need to understand that things are unfolding gradually in regards to this situation. Yeah, there's something that you're trying to awaken to within yourself, to empower yourself. This is Pluto energy, which is about going through difficulties to find your true grit, to find your true strength, okay? It is to do with relationships. I feel very strong focus. I'm getting that. You might have a young male helping you, or someone in your work situation, or someone's helping you with practical things as well. I'm getting with that 4 of Pentacles. You have Scorpio, the 2nd house, and Mars. Interesting, I said a male person helping you with practical matters. Comes up again with the Astro Dice. They could have Scorpio in their chart, or they could be a strong Mars or Taurus energy as well, potentially. These Astro Dice messages are saying that this month also you're really wanting to be focused on your finances as well, and your personal success, and transforming that with Scorpio. So your personal success is also something that you're focused on, as well as your love situation. And Spirit's really come through to reassure you in this reading that right now you may feel a little bit stuck, but there's actually things in the works with Mars and Scorpio in the 2nd house, which is very strong and powerful for you, and is going to be very, very empowering for your future financially. So you might be working on something creative, or a new business direction, a new work direction, something like that, that's going to open things up. And, you know, Mars in Scorpio is dignified, which is very powerful. Mars works very well in Scorpio. So it's showing that whatever you're focusing on in the month of October, Libra, it's going to be super powerful in the future is what I'm getting. Really interesting messages. Okay, let's move on. So next is Scorpio. Alrighty. Let's see what Scorpio has for October. Just to let you guys know that that Venus will be through your 12th house in most of October, which is kind of the house of retreat. Sometimes when Venus goes through the 12th house, there can be some disappointments with regards to a relationship, or a retreating away from a relationship for some. For others, going deeper into a relationship, into a more, if it's a very spiritual and honest connection, you could be going deeper into it. But Venus in the 12th can often make you feel like you just want more alone time. And then towards the end of the month, if you've been feeling tired, Scorpio, in the month of October, by the time we get to after the 24th, Venus goes into your 1st house, you'll be feeling like you're getting your mojo back, basically. So you'll feel a lot better. Okay, so you have the King of Rods, so fire sign energy, fire sign male. We have the Phoenixes here. So usually fire signs, obviously Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, but the Phoenixes represent Scorpio, so keep that in mind. You could be dealing with a Scorpio or a fire sign, someone where there's a strong attraction energy between yourself and them. Let's see what else comes up for Scorpio. If you're a male, you could be feeling an attraction towards someone. It says it's up to you. So what that's telling me is that this month of October, Scorpio, you can choose how much time someone is going to be taking up in your life, you know. And it's like, if you want to be alone more, which it wouldn't surprise me with the Venus going through the 12th house for most of the month that you do want to have a bit more downtime. You need to sleep more, you feel more tired, you need more peace. You might kind of push others away a little bit, or maybe a couple of others that you just feel drained by. You know, if anyone's draining you this month, you're not going to have very much tolerance for them, Scorpio. So Spirit's saying it's up to you who you spend time with, how you spend your time. Don't feel that you have to do everything. Make time for yourself to have peace and quiet, to do something creative, or to just retreat and be at peace. Wow, you have the Death card. Interesting. So it's the Scorpio card, ironically. The Death card is also about a change in your life, some kind of significant change of the way that you're dealing with a relationship, another person, a situation that's ending. Something is ending here in the month of October. It is Scorpio season towards the end of the month, and it is the time, you know, of Halloween, of the veil being thin and being aware of our ancestors and guides on the other side. So especially deceased loved ones. So there might be something to do with feeling in touch with, you know, mediumship, or going to a medium, or connecting yourself with messages from loved ones, like through dreams or something like that. There's definitely something about, you know, connecting with the spirit world for Scorpio coming up in October. Let's see what else. Let love be your beacon, 42. Interesting. So there is a message about love here with the King of Rods and this, and we have the Death card, which is kind of like very Venus in Scorpio. So it's like you're feeling like if love is not real for you in October, you're just not interested in it, Scorpio. Scorpio is like that anyway, usually, but this is extra potent. It's like you're not willing to sort of deal with any situation that's half-hearted or kind of up in the air. You're kind of like, it's either something or it's nothing. Let's see what the Astrology show. Aquarius, 7th house, which, yep, relationships. You have the love card here. That's about love. There could be something to do with a friend, with Mercury and Aquarius, or someone that you've known in a group situation. Communications with someone either at work or a group. It could be an online group as well, or a friend or someone close to you, where some information or truth is revealed, some kind of important communication. I don't feel that, even though we have this heavy Death card here, I don't feel that the communication itself is heavy. I feel like it's kind of just like clearing the air is what I'm getting with Mercury and Aquarius, clearing the air on something and moving forward. So some Scorpios will have the chance to do that in a relationship this month, and it will actually be quite productive, and you'll feel almost like a renewal in love, like a death and rebirth type energy. For others, there might be something, information that happens, that comes forward, that actually gives you some information that you didn't know, that actually changes your mind about something to do with the relationship, is what I'm seeing as well. And that could be other Scorpios. Again, these are general readings, so, you know, take that as it makes sense when it comes up. Obviously, you might want to reflect back on these readings down the track. I'm up to Sagittarius now. Okay, Sagittarius. Venus will be through your 11th house and your 12th house at the end of the month. The 11th house is the house of wishes fulfilled, so that's quite nice for most of this month. And the 12th house is your house of retreat. Sag, you have the 5 of Rods in this deck, which is the 5 of Wands. This can be not being on the same page as another person, feeling like you're trying to do something or get somewhere with something, but it's not actually happening. So there's a need for patience. Don't forget your ruling planet is still in retrograde motion. So Jupiter is retrograde, it's your ruling planet. So, you know, that could be this feeling of why you feel a little bit tripped up with something. You may feel a bit of frustration, Sagittarius, of not getting where you want to go with something, but it will happen in time. It's just October doesn't look like it's coming through very strongly for you. Even though you do have wish fulfillment in some way. Interesting, I just said that, and you have the opportunity card. So the opportunity is coming in, it is there, but it's just that you might feel that you're not accessing it fully just yet. But keep going forward, Sagittarius. This is a very encouraging message for those Sagittarius that feel like they're trying to do something, achieve something, move forward to something, but it's not, nothing's been happening. Higher ground, interesting. But you have this card saying, you know, something can come to fruition for you, but it's just going to happen in divine timing. Higher ground, and we see this beautiful rose with a child emerging from the rose. It's a 2-0, which is about partnership and relationship. Very beautiful energy there. I heard the word sacred and sacredness. This is about getting in touch with the joy that's in your soul, you know, that you can experience on an everyday level. And this is about raising your vibration out of these heavy problems, out of complaint, into you know, looking at the beauty that's around you and enjoying that, you know, through whether it's just spending time in nature or, you know, those simple things. Oh wow, you have love as well. How interesting, because this kind of looks like a very lovey kind of energy to me with the beautiful rose, and you have the love card. Pretty magical. So this opportunity for some Sagittarius could be related to love. Okay, so again, if you've been feeling frustrated about love, don't give up on it, because there is something that's coming through. But again, it's coming through when Spirit says, not when your ego says. All right, see what else. 10th house of goals, Aquarius, which is to do with friendships, Venus, which is to do with love. Wow, this is deep. So for some Sagittarius, there may be a new love on the horizon. The 10th house is like your future spouse energy, like, you know, that kind of thing. If you're not in a relationship, if you are in a relationship, Sag, this is about working on things gradually and having patience with the situation, giving the relationship breathing space. If you're a single Sagittarius, this is a very hopeful message. It's saying keep working on the things that you're working on, like working on yourself. Venus is about, you know, how you feel about yourself, your value that you give to yourself, working on your physical well-being, your health, your mental health, you know, the way you present yourself, because the 10th house is how the public sees us, and Aquarius is about also new ideas related to that. So you might get new ideas on, like, you might want to change your hair, or you might want to change something about your look, and you're like, you know what, this is what I feel, I want to go towards this. And somehow that's all part of you kind of getting more on track with your path. A really interesting message. Is very Aquarius energy, I feel, with this. I don't know why. I mean, I did get Aquarius here, but even with the love card, there's an element of detachment here. So it might just be coming up to reassure you that there is love coming in, but again, like, it's coming in divine timing. So you might have something happen this month. Some Sagittarius may have something happen related to love this month. That's very positive, though, with the Venus and 10th house coming up in the astro dice and the love card. Okay, next is Capricorn. All right, Capricorns, what's going on for you guys? Venus will be in your 10th house of goals and your 11th house of friendship over the next month of October. So that seems quite positive. You might be working hard on achieving something. There might be something with work coming up. Interesting, we have the 6 of Swords. So Capricorn, you're moving away from something, you know, old into something new here. Some Capricorns may be traveling, some Capricorns may be leaving a job, going to a new job, or looking towards your future and how you want to live your life in the future. This card typically indicates moving away from choppy waters into smoother waters, so that's a good sign as well. Let's see what else you guys have. Capricorn, October. It's not the right time. Oh, interesting. So for some Capricorns, I'll say you may want to move forward, but this month there might be a bit of a blockage still. But you still, they're saying you will be moving forward with something. So again, if you're a Capricorn that's wanted to change a job, they're saying that the opportunity is coming, but it may not happen in October. It might happen towards the end of the month, or not in November or December. So there's a need for patience, which Capricorns always try to be patient, so you probably don't like hearing that. All right. Oh, you have the death card as well. Wow, that's intense. The Scorpios had the death card. If you're a Capricorn with Scorpio, there's definitely something big changing in your life. This is letting go of the past. This is letting go of an old situation, having to let go of a way of thinking, perhaps even. Swords can relate to the mind, so it could be letting go of negative thoughts that are holding you back. I definitely do feel for some Capricorns that is what it's saying here. For some Capricorns, it's letting go of an old job situation that's not good for you, coming up with new ideas that are going to help you be more productive. Yes, you need to lighten up a little bit, Capricorn. We have the laughter card here. So do things that give you a sense of levity, vitality, and lightness of being. Watch some comedies if you're feeling very serious and overly focused on the negative things. I think you had a similar message last month, Capricorn. It's interesting that comes up. It's saying purposely put things into your day that help you lift your spirits. You know, watch an old comedy. Think back to shows that you used to like when you were young, or back in the 80s or 90s if you're older. And, you know, revisit those things, and just, it'll give you a boost is what I'm getting. Neptune, 5th house. Interesting, the 5th house is the house of fun. So doing something that you enjoy. With Taurus, it's the house of pleasure. So do something that you enjoy, whether it's getting out in nature. You know, Taurus is about enjoying the simple things, like a beautiful meal that you make, sharing, you know, nice food with people that you care for. It's also about doing creative things like painting, photography with the Neptune here. Definitely photography can be a strong energy with this, or doing something creative that you just personally find fulfilling. It's just going to take the edge off some of the seriousness and heaviness that you've been feeling with these two I'm feeling, especially the Death card. There's a need to do things for yourself that uplift your spirits and get your vibration right, regardless of what's going on around you. You know, sometimes we've just got to go, you know what, yeah, I see that there's dark things going on around me, but I'm not going to hyper focus on those things. That's what I'm getting. And with the 5th house and Taurus, it's like, look at what's beautiful around you. Look at, you know, what beautiful flowers you can plant, or, you know, look at the animals around you, or something that's just uplifting and just is beautiful, you know. Maybe putting an artwork, finding an amazing artwork and putting it in your home, hanging it in your home and looking at it every time you walk into your home and be like, wow, that's so uplifting. Bringing flowers into your home and just putting them on your table and appreciating that simple beauty can actually do so much to lift your spirits. Sometimes it is actually the little things that do make the difference. I am getting that for you guys this month. So, all right, next is Aquarius. All right, Aquarius. Venus will be in your 9th house and your 10th house this month. So this indicates some positive energy in regards to your perspective on life, and also to do with career, your goals, and dealing with authority figures might be a bit easier, Aquarius. Let's see. Oh, you've got 2 cards. Oh, the Tower. And you also have the King of Rods, which came up for another sign. Something's shifting unexpectedly for Aquarius in some aspect of your life. Wow. And there is something to do with a male energy here, or someone that has a strong focus for you in your life. Could be a partner, could be someone that you're seeing, could be a boss, but I'm getting kind of a masculine energy there. The Tower card is something unexpected, like something suddenly flaring up. Like it could be an argument, it could be, you know, a change with a job situation, something that just comes out of the blue. So do prepare yourself for some kind of unexpected energy, Aquarius, which doesn't surprise me at all, because we do have the Saturn Uranus square going on, which is partly the, you know, Saturn's in Aquarius, so that's the Aquarius part. So there's definitely change around a lot of Aquarians, especially if you have anything around 18, say 17, 18, 19, 20 degrees. Ask your angels for help. So if something happens unexpectedly, just using prayer can actually help to soften the energy or soften the situation. If there's an unexpected argument or difficulty in a relationship, pray about it, you know, pray on it to get you know, the higher perspective, and you know, spirit can help shift the energy. You don't all have to feel like it's all up to you to fix everything, is what I'm getting. If something's changing, it actually might be for the better. What does this say? It says get wild. Wow, that's very Aquarian. Aquarians always color outside the box, which I like. I've got an Aquarius moon too, so interesting. So, you know, you might be wanting to, you might be the one that wants to shake something up this month, Aquarius. You might be sick and tired of the same old, same old. You might be feeling like, you know what, I need to do something that just feels more in touch with my true rebellious self, you know. So it could be something like that. Let's see, one more card. Potential gateway. Oh my gosh, look at this stunning card. It is a 5, which is about independence, change, and creativity. So there's definitely change around you. So what I want to say for Aquarius for the month of October, and I'm just going to do the astro advice as well. If something changes unexpectedly, know that it's for the best. It's to free you up in some way, okay? And it's a potential gateway to open up. Wow, you have Sagittarius, which is about freedom. How about that? 11th house, which is about wishes fulfilled and friendships. The North Node, which is about your destined path forward. So it looks like there's some change for the Aquarians this month of October. Go with the flow of the changes. Don't be too worried about it, because it is guiding you to where you're supposed to be. If you are having anxiety about change, Aquarius, just ask your guides and angels to help smooth the way and help to come up with creative solutions for you, which I feel like they're already helping you with this. Whatever change happens is meant to happen, is what I'm saying. I'm just going to sip some tea. It could seem very unexpected at first, okay? But it's for the best for you, is what I'm saying. Alrighty, let's move on to the last one, which is Pisces. Alright, Pisces, what have we got for you guys? Venus will be in your 8th and 9th house in the month of October. 3 of Pentacles, planning for your future. Interesting. 3 of Pentacles is also about working cooperatively with others. You might be fixing something at home. Some Pisceans might be putting the finishing touches on something creative that you're working on, or something in the home is what I'm getting. There could be contracts as well for some Pisceans. Signing contracts, working with others. You have culmination of vision. Very much relates to what I was just saying. So finishing up a project, finishing up a creative project, or going to the next phase in regards to something creative. Speak your truth. Powerful. Okay. This one jumped out as well. It said get creative, which also relates. I'm going to leave that one out as well. Relates to this card. So speak your truth, get creative. Speaking your truth may be something where you have to have a very honest conversation with someone that might be a little bit confronting, but I feel like what I'm getting with that is it's going to free everyone up in some way. So there's going to be something positive about this conversation, even if you might feel daunted by it. Let's see what else comes up for Pisces. Within the next few weeks. Okay, so it's just talking about this month. Again, something very creative, or something that you're finishing that's creative, something that is culminating. It's actually very positive, I feel. If there's something that's been hanging around unfinished, or something that's frustrated you, Pisces, that has been unfinished, you will finish it this month. By the end of this month is what I'm getting, 100%. Yep, the first house with Scorpio. Scorpio can indicate, you know, completing something. The first house is your vision, your path. Uranus is creativity, the unexpected, genius ideas. Uranus is exalted in Scorpio, which means you are in the power position this month, Pisces. Even if you don't see it like that, you have power at your disposal, and speaking your truth is going to be very powerful. Your creative life, or any projects that you're wanting to finish, whether they're work projects or creative projects, it's going to work out really well for you. And definitely the main message here is completion of something important, or some kind of breakthrough which is related to something that you want to manifest, is happening this month. For some Pisceans, there could be some unexpected money that comes through that helps you finish a project. Say, you know, you're renovating something at home, or say you've wanted to invest some money into something that is important to your business, or, you know, something like that. You're gonna have that happen this month, so that's really cool. All right, guys, so that was the reading for the month ahead. I hope that you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you next time. Bye.